You recall in the past, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, we talk about sabotaging behaviors. And one of the saboteurs is the victim saboteur. And we all have that saboteur at times, depending on our circumstances and our experiences. So it's very easy for us to slip into this lower level of consciousness. And I do rate it as a level 1, and it's a lower level of consciousness. And we're looking to raise our levels of consciousness because that's really what brings about more self-awareness. Is the more you can raise your energy to a different level of consciousness, the more you're going to be able to be self-aware and do things that you never knew you could do when you're at that level of awareness. And that it's really an amazing thing. But yes, the first level is that victim level, that like the world happens to me. Life happens to me. Okay. And then it's that the next level, which is the level 2, is the world happens for me and life happens for me. And that's where we try to bring all business owners. Because what we want people to do as business owners, and if you're going to succeed as a business owner, you have to have an embracement of this second level of consciousness, because you have to see opportunity. In the midst of any struggle, in the midst of any battle that you're going through, if you see it as happening to you, well, you're going to be a victim. And guess what happens to victims? They don't succeed. They don't succeed, and that destroys their businesses. And that's a below-the-line mindset, when a for me is an above-the-line mindset. And that for me is what exposes you to more opportunity. And Adam, let's talk a little bit about some of the experience of our clients that we've seen that happen for over the last year. I mean, we've seen this happen often. What is it that, have you ever noticed that pivotal moment in a conversation where somebody realizes, oh my God, this is an opportunity, it's not a problem? And we talk about it all the time as, I'm going to create more problems for you and make you more money and create more problems in the process. So tell us a little bit about that, how you see that happen in our sessions.
Yeah, this is something I brought into Atomic Business Coaching that I've always done. It's called the problems list. And what I do is I have our clients actually write out a list of all the problems. And there's an old saying, more money, more problems. And I try to shift the mindset of that, right? Because most people think, oh, the more money I have, the more problems I have. Again, this is happening to me because I have more money. What I mean is it's happening for you. The more money you have, the more problems you can take on. And that's what I have these people do, is like, hey, let's figure out what problems we can take on, right? They're here for you. You were put in this position because you can handle this problem. And one of my favorite quotes is from John Adams. He's our second president. Most people forgot him. My favorite quote of his is, every problem is an opportunity in disguise. And if you can approach problems this way, if you can look at them like, oh, this is an opportunity for me. You were put here to handle this problem. This problem was presented to you. We had a client of ours that drove through and started really having some success. And all this success was building up. He was hiring employees. He was making more money. He was getting more jobs. And then all of a sudden, he had a personal issue with his family. And his spouse really needed help, and he had to be there, and he had to take all of his time away from his business to be there for his family. And I was telling him, I said, don't you realize, like, this problem is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to really be there for someone and experience how your delegation for this new staff that you have is actually going to work, because you actually have no choice right now.
Right.
Right? Like, you have to take care of your spouse, and you're going to watch how your delegation executes along the way. And when I said that to him, he felt this relief. He's like, oh my God, I am ready to do this. I am set up to do this. And he started to look at it as, wow, this is happening for me. This situation is happening so I can be there for my spouse, so I can prove how good this delegation is. And it was a drastically different mindset when he just thought of it that way.